Hi, hi.
So a lot of people must be feeling little puzzled that why we talks and the main the constant person is missing today. So last time when we did the we talk, we realized that we talk can be more beautiful without Ratnesh also. So we skipped Ratnesh today,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we have three more beautiful people joining today: Ramki sir, Haripriya, and Priya.
I
So
think you can call me as Ramki. Uh,
Ramki, okay.
yeah, sir is a British connectivity. I think we can remind Desi. Call me as Ramki. That's a beautiful
Yes.
name.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. So yes, we have Ramki, Haripriya, and Priya. A very
Yeah.
warm welcome to all of you in V Talk. And I think something which connects all of us today, one thread, is Jagriti. So I remember I think for me, Jagriti happened 4 years back, but it's still very much alive and fresh within me even today. In my day to day life, I remember so many things which I learned then, and I'm still trying to figure out, or I'm still there, or where am I, and questioning and reflection. So I think this time when we were thinking of V Talk, we thought that let's bring more perspectives, because I think Jagriti is all about beliefs and perspectives and windows. So the thought was there, and somewhere I think Ratnesh, me, Aditi together could think of few people who can really talk about or share about their journey. So I know that Jagriti must have happened. I think Ramki sir, when did you did your Jagriti? Ramki.
Uh, I think it's more than a decade.
Oh, yeah, very senior.
Oh,
I think 2000. 6, if I remember, if I think distinctly remember 2006. Um, uh, there was a quest to connect with Ratnesh Giri Kids at the time called. Ravi
Hmm.
was a later name. I had a set of women entrepreneurs who were who were teaching the children. Okay, in
wow.
a program called Abacus.
Ah,
So
wow.
along with the backers, we help them in terms of their uh, uh, thinking, language, and behavior. So to support them, I wanted to learn. So in the process, I attended the TTT course of Ratnesh. I also attended NLP practitioner course from Soon one from UK. All this is to learn to empower myself so that I can give the what I've learned to my team of people. More than what 80 to 80 plus women uh, 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 was connected, and through them about 8 to 10,000 children were connected. So
That yeah, that's a
that's
huge
about,
number.
yeah, two decades of journey. Well, now doing nothing, doing
No, I
nothing
think
because
I think
everything is
I think we
happening.
can relook at I think we can relook at the this word called nothing.
I Yes, yes, I can
I
completely
know.
relate. What is doing nothing?
No,
Doing nothing is
I'm
as
doing
good as doing
nothing.
everything.
I'm doing nothing, but it is happening.
Yes, yes.
Oh wow,
No,
wow.
no.
So
I have a complete
I'm
different
watching what is
perspective for
happening.
people who say I do nothing, right? It's like they are doing a lot of things then.
Not one thing to mention. Maybe there are so
Yes,
many things.
kind of. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Priya? When did you did Jagriti? I'm just trying to figure out the timeline that we all come
Right,
from,
right.
Okay.
and how things
Yeah,
are
right.
today. So Priya, your Haripriya, then maybe you can also share when was your
Yeah.
journey.
So I did TTT in 2015. I was actually looking at something starting like a preschool, a play home kind of a thing. And I was researching a lot on the internet, and then looking out for resources. What is it that I have to do? I was not very interested in, the typical academics of education, because there was already a lot of thought into it, a lot of people working into it. So it was in 2013, 2012, I started looking out. What should I do? Should I do a BA? Should I do something? And that is when I came across Ratnesh website. And believe me, I didn't get recommendation from anybody. It was just purely by reading his website, his articles, his blog. And it almost took me 2 years to actually come to a conclusion that, okay, I have to kind of do this. And in the meantime, my daughter was growing up. And I was seeing
Yeah.
that she is learning a lot of things from me. And it is not she who I have to work on, it is me who I have to work on. So it started from there. And Ratnesh resources were completely aligned to what I was looking at. I was looking at myself. I was not looking at the child, because child is there. I mean, there's so many other people along with the child, right? So
Yeah.
what struck me was working on myself. And it was, as everybody shares over here, it was a learning journey which is still continuing. It's like a river metaphor that Ratnesh gives. It is not this, it is not
Yeah.
this, it just keeps on changing. So it's now almost 6 years, and Ratnesh just keeps coming back into the conversations, the TTT, it's like, and it was
Yeah.
very nice to connect some few days back. And then
Yeah.
it's very nice to
And
be
then
here.
and then the reunion happened.
Yes, and the reunion happened. Actually, frankly speaking, I came here just to listen to Ratnesh again, but my bad luck. So it's okay. But I still have two people and two more new people to listen to. So, and
Wow.
Yeah.
Vishruti, in fact, yes. So it might be a different
Yeah.
experience altogether, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Haripriya, how about you?
I think I did my Jagriti in 2017. My child was just 8 months. I randomly came across, Arohi's page on Google. I was searching for parenting courses, and then I wanted to, learn this new skill of parenting because I was a new mother and I wanted to do, like an overperformer, perfectionist. I wanted to do well in everything. So I was like, I might as well go study about this. And then randomly, I just came across. Arohi on Google, and I was so impressed by what all those articles, all the resources on the website, and I'm like, I'm attending this. And then I started mailing Ratnesh saying, my child is so small, your classes are so long, I don't know how I can attend them. And Ratnesh's reply was like, see, if you want to attend, you can attend. Very matter of fact, like how Ratnesh said, those things that totally
No,
shake you.
for,
Otherwise, people are usually pleasing you, trying to please you and say
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
things. And with
yeah.
Ratnesh, just matter of fact, it's like,
Uh-huh.
it's just a matter of perspective. If it's doable, it's
Uh-huh.
doable. And actually, it was doable. I think that batch I couldn't attend, but the next batch I signed up for, and then the rest is history. Ratnesh I see Jagriti as is not just a one-time course that you do and then you forget about it. It's just and
you
and
you
you
just can't
can't
forget.
forget, and also you can't specifically point out and say this was my transformation, because it's so vast that it just seeps into you, and it's like a seed which keeps growing. You can't actually uh, you know tangibly tell you that this is what changed for me after Jagriti. But I think the way we think, the way we talk, the way we
Yeah.
see, not just our children, just life in itself changes once you come in contact with Ratnesh. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think I would
So
second
I
your.
kind of remember, I also told the same thing. Like, I have a daughter who is too young, like 3 years she was, and I think that will be a problem. He said, "Believe me, children are never the problem," and that was like, hitting. You're just telling this, but if you want to do it, I don't think a child can ever be a problem. He said. So
I think
I
when
agree
it
with.
comes to age, I remember my question to Ratnesh when I wanted to visit Arohi. As I travel from Gujarat, it's a long way. So I asked Ratnesh, should I bring my son? And he was like, why you should not bring your son? And I'm like, okay. It's never an answer. It's always a question back. And I think
Hmm.
that's where it shakes me, because I was always looking for answers that kaise karna chahiye, okay, how should I do it? And we are so trained to think in that way that there are always a correct answer kinds. So we start looking for the answers, and the only thing you always get back is a question: why are you believing what you are believing in? Why are you doing it this way? Okay, why do you think it is not working? Why do you think it will work? And I think that's where the whole I think the process starts. So like Haripriya very rightly said that I would completely kind of connect with her that it's not a one day or one moment process. It's something which evolves, and that's why maybe the whole word Jagriti or the evolving or the awakening is always in the picture. But still, I'm sure that there are some sessions like feelings or like beliefs or like motivation which must have like uh, how do I say that, touched the hard course. So any of your those moments where you're like completely shaken, you couldn't sleep the whole night, or even something which is still in the process you feel? Rampi, all of you can share once
Yeah.
those thoughts
I,
start coming in.
I think I have one to share, Vishruti. Uh, I don't exactly remember how was the activity done, but I kind of vaguely remember what has stayed with me. It was an activity of trying to do something, learn something, and then how much of struggle you have to go through that particular thing, right? Since as adults we somehow, we are somewhere our learning journey stops, right? But children are continuously into that process. And he had told like what you went through now. Imagine a child who is like 3 years, 4 years is going through that throughout the day. He's learning how to tie shoelace, he's learning how to hold the plate, he's learning how to read a book, he's learning how to, maybe you put her into a dance class or a singing class, and he's trying to manage that. He's learning how to get down the steps, and how to not to annoy you. And I was like, that moment was like, it literally kind of brought tears. It was more like, but we are not with the child most of the times, when we are more occupied in our own world. And there is a struggle into it, right? We fail to acknowledge that. We just try to pinpoint things that are not happening. And I
Yeah.
think that was the part where I was like, the kind of youth thing that you couldn't really rest after that. Even shit, what is this, when you yourself try to learn something new, that is when I decided, now with my child I'm going to start learning things. I'm going to show her that even I'm struggling with you. It's not like only you are the one. So I started learning a lot of things, right from knitting to swimming to small small things, that learning some music, learning keyboard, learning French. It doesn't matter whether you
Yeah.
pick it up or no, but the whole struggle. Then I realized that, okay, how can you connect to a person who is learning things? And learning is
Yeah.
so beautiful if you are able to understand the state in which a person is when you're learning, right? Sometimes we forget our childhood as to how we struggle to learn, right?
True,
And
true.
one more thing I learned, I don't do hell with learning. I just want to live. That also stays with me, the Ratnesh.
Well, with learning, fantastic. How
I
I wish
remember
we all
that
can
line.
have this attitude forever in our life.
So I am not bothered of learning. I just want to live. So it's like, that has stayed with me, kind of.
Wow.
For
Uh,
me, I would say that it's been 3.5 years, and still we're able to recollect the session names. Isn't that so fascinating? How many of us will recollect what we studied in school after 3.5 years chapter wise? But with Ratnesh, it's so clear. And what really touched me was, I think there was a class on intelligence, multiple intelligences. One week we touched upon that topic, and that was phenomenal learning for me, because it was very new for me to know that a child can learn in so many different ways, that they can be equipped, their intelligence can be in 8 different ways. And what if we are teaching them in the wrong way? It's like expecting an elephant to climb a tree. So that was phenomenal for me. And like always, I'm somebody who's very interested in feelings and emotions, so that one obviously stood out. And I clearly remember the motivation,
yeah.
the session on motivation. So Ratnesh's point was, a child is trying to climb on a slide, and then they get stopped midway. What do you tell us? And with Ratnesh, it's always, he's never talking. Have you noticed in Jagrati or with Ratnesh, he's never talking. It's always one case scenario, and he sits back, and like one sincere student, he'll be
Enjoy
taking
the.
notes. Yeah, he'll be taking notes of whatever we are saying. So he'll just write down very patiently. He'll write down all these things, and towards the end, there's nothing spoken about, just a few slides, and then after the class is over, we'll be like, oh my God, what did I answer for the first one? And look at what Ratnesh is saying now. So everything is such a light bulb moment when, I would say
Yeah.
it's a experience. Jagriti is not just
Yeah.
a class. I always tell my people around who I push to attend Jagriti, I always say it's an experience. You have to experience. I can't tell you in words about how it is. Yeah.
Right, you can't tell people if they ask what it is about, you just keep wondering what is it about, how to articulate it, kind of. It's so many things.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ramki, how about you? You do. I think
Yeah,
I need to ask you. Do you even remember things as a session? It's been 15, 16 years. That's a long time.
yeah, I've been practicing it with my team members. So, and I was also conducting many parenting programs. Of course, it is not commercial. It is just to help the parents to understand their kids. So many things I have learned and have gone through it. Of course, I also supplemented the learning through by attending the programs of NLP. NLP, but not everything was learned not for commercial purpose, but it's just to empower the women in order to empower the children. That was the motto behind it. Okay, and before Jagriti or whatever TTT, I was more of a ATM, or anytime mentor. So it is only giving advice. So children do this, don't do this, do this, do this, do this. And my children were at that time were adolescents, and it used to be very tough to handle that kind of a situation when they're adolescent. At a time when they have started thinking on their own, and I'm not trying to say that thinking was not there earlier. I'm talking about the as
Yeah.
an adolescent, the process of thinking
Change.
slightly changes. So at that time, my ATM was not working. Whatever thing. So that's the time I think I remember a very important part is called catch them when they are right. Left will become right over a period of time. Catch them when they are right. Left will become right over a period of time. So I started counting upon people the plus side, not only with children, with people also. Every time, any time. Again, ATM. Now this is a question of it's not about collecting money. It is collecting the moments. ATM. Anytime moment. So just connect with that precious moment. Be with connect happily with them. The left, see the process of enrichment, empower development, it has to sit as a process of empowerment, and that will come over a period of time. Nothing happens just like this.
True.
It happens over a period of time, and one need to have that patience, perseverance to wait for it. So that is the shift that took me to move into. So um, when I talk to, when I share my experience with my team members and including the parents of my team members, I used to tell them, if a child comes with a after the exam comes with a marks 97%, what question you'll ask? I'll ask, how did you lose 3%? So the child is coming back and telling that I got 97%. Still, why are you questioning that what is not done 3%? Can you catch them with 97%? Fantastic, wonderful. Then the 3% what? So I happen to do this exercise with my own son when of course before attending the TTT program about almost about a decade before attending TTT program, I was one day sitting in my balcony. My son came, and he got mathematics 96%, and I am a math savvy. I always get 100 out of 100 right from the school days. So maths was something is very fantastic subject, and you can't score less than 100. Either zero or 100. It will be only in between. That is my
You
understanding about
can't score.
mathematics.
Wow.
either 0 or 100.
Or
There is
100.
no in between. So my son came, of course, school marks are different. So he came and he said 96% or something. And as usual, at that point of time, I asked him, 97%. You lost 4 marks? I asked him, no, 4 marks? And he just looked at me and said, only 4 marks. That was like
Oh,
a blow on my face. Nalini,
Slap,
what are
yes.
you trying to do? And he says only 4 marks, and that was a learning moment for me. Yes, it's just 4 marks, and you got 96%. Fantastic, beautiful, uh, wonderful. And what are you going to do now? That's okay. I think I will learn to get 100 marks in the next examination. Okay, go ahead. Finished.
Yeah.
So nothing I did it. I think if except that learning from that I can uh, I can accept what is right. The left will become right over a period of time. That was a beautiful learning, of course, re-emphasized when I attended the TTT program. And there are many more things in terms of emotions or in terms of NLP part of it, in terms of multiple intelligence, in terms of uh, creativity. There are a host of items with it. It was definitely a learning for me. And of course, much of it has been used not to, on my children, because by the time I finished my TT program, they are away from my
Grown up.
environment. So nothing shared with them. I allowed them to grow on their own way. But of course, I was able to share my experience with my team members in terms of change.
So
And I,
maybe a lot of other children were
yeah, yeah. So
inspired or touched.
yeah, many parents were able to look at the things differently. Uh, mm, Maybe not all of them, but even if it is hundreds of them have changed, that's a great show that we have done to the humanity. I would say for the children.
Wow.
So the
Wow.
children would have really felt happy. The mother is connecting with positivity and uh, and patiently waiting for
Things
to
to grow, yeah, and
blossom,
evolve, yeah, blossom.
blossom,
Wow.
blossom.
Shruti, I just remembered one more thing about, for me, it is more of an overview kind of. The one more thing was the image as a child that we have put on the children and the image of an
Labels,
adult which
yeah.
you have assigned to yourself. And what if you do away with that image of the child and just treat him as a person, as one person who is also there along with you, kind of. That also stayed with me. And Carl Rogers saying quote about how can I build a relationship, not try to help this person, but that has stayed with me completely. Ratnesh puts that at the end of the slide, and he says that in my early professional years, I used to try to think as to how can I help this person, but now I have changed it to how can I build a relationship with this person which he can use for his own growth. It's bad to me also by now. So that also stayed with me. Like, how do I build a relationship with my children, not as a
Yeah.
parent? I mean, it can be just be a friend. It can be just a relationship with people used to grow, right? To build on and not
Yeah,
help, because help has a lot of drawbacks in itself, right? So
that's
that
true.
thing also stayed with me. I just keep telling the quote to a lot of people, just try to build a relationship with your child. And that solves most of your problems, I feel. I mean, most of your perspective changes when you say, I want to have a relationship. So many things get taken care of with that awareness.
So true.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think
Vishnu, you have to share about your experience. I
Yes,
have to
Shruti.
I would
What
love to.
stayed with
I
you?
think, yeah. I will. Somebody has questioned Sathik Ramiz. If I'm naming you correctly. This is more about there are 4 parents, and we are talking about our unparenting journey. And one of the mode in that unparenting journey was also a program called Jagriti, and can you talk about comparison that parents make thinking that will help the child? Yeah, I think that will come along the way in our conversation, I'm sure, because we have so many things to share. Uh, My Jagriti, I think the first when I did, it was 4 years back, but I frankly feel that was not enough. What I learned post Jagriti, when I did it second time, third time, and maybe fourth time, I don't even remember how many times I've just attended. I'll be there and just listen, and every time I'll discover something new. I think for me, belief was a very shaking moment. When he talked about that, we have so many beliefs in us. I realized I was, in fact, 3 days back only, I was discussing with Ratnesh that I feel beliefs are very layered. In my case, I feel when I do something, why I'm doing it. So there's something. Then there's something. Then there's on the third or fourth layer, I'll realize that okay, this is, and belief is kind of a statement for me. So I was telling him, and he's like, no, for my belief is there right in front of me. There are no layers. And I'm like, that's where I am right now. So I feel that is the time when I was completely like shook, I didn't even know that how, from where I'm operating kinds. So yeah, as you know, Ramki and even Haripriya, I'm aware. I don't know about Priya's background, but you guys also work with a lot of parents, and Ramki, you also have worked with a lot of parents. So one of the thing which comes to me very instinctively right now is you must be seeing a kind of pattern, or you must be seeing the kind of problem that everybody is facing in today's time, like let's say the current scenario, or maybe a year back something. uh, can you really share what is that scenario and what are your thoughts about it?
Uh, um, I think most of the parents, whomever I have met through, they want their children to be the first. Everywhere to be first. How it is possible in a class of, let's say, 60 members, all the parents asking the children to become first? See, it
Yeah.
is a question of not they are trying to. That's the thing. And when a child comes and tells 97% marks, I got it. Okay, what Preeti got, what Shekhar got, like that. The another thing is the comparisons, trying to put the word. No, see, putting them into a kind of a competitive world instead of. I think what is uh, competency is required, but competition is not required. It's my opinion. People are looking for competition, but competency, improving the competency of the person is important. But then many of the parents are putting their children under the competition. And competition is only benchmarking with others. Benchmarking with themselves is more important. That is what is growth is all about. Life is all about growth. If there is no growth, there is no life. But the growth comes by improving the competency, but not with competing with other people. It's not required. But the major concern which I see from many of the parents is they are looking their children as more as a to compete with the world and trying to show in terms of money or in terms of uh, pride or
Competency
whatever.
also, maybe, yeah, that they are capable
But
enough of
what is
doing so much.
but what is important is not competition, but competency. Improving the competency of is what I felt it. That's a major thing. So, out of 100 people, I think quite a lot of people
90%.
I met. Maybe it could be that kind of the amount of what came in mind. Everybody is pushing the children. So, putting into this coaching class, that coaching class, everything. And if one child is neighborhood child has joined in music class, how do I put my child also in music class? My neighborhood, my friend's daughter has gone to karate class. Why not put my child also in the karate class? See, it is always influenced by the external environment, external this thing. Looking at the internal of the person, per se, of the child. What is that a child can grow? How it can blossom? How do I can be a resource, a farmer? Rather, I use the word farmer to nurture that
Yeah.
plant to blossom in its own way, not in my way. not in my way, in its own way. However, it wants to build it up.
Correct.
Fortunately, I think I was able to build it up with my daughter and son. My daughter is an architect. My son is a scientist, PhD.
Wow.
He chose his line on his own way. My daughter is an architect. She chose her line on her own way. So that's why I said no. I started watching them. Of course, they have come without parenting. So not even unparenting, without parenting.
Without How about you, Haripriya?
Yeah, so the major concern that I see working with parents is fear. You know, the fear of the parent being projected on the child. The parent feels, I have a lot of insecurities. My needs are not met, so I'm pushing that on my child. So let's say that, I want to feel good as a parent, capable as a parent. So now I'm pushing all my agendas on the child and, making my child into something. I see that a lot of parents think that the child is a clay. The child has to be molded into something so that they will be accepted in the society. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all of my writing will also be along the same lines where we treat the child as one cute blob of, just a doll of cuteness. The baby is thought to be like that. We never see that.
My
Oh, I have.
responsibility to create something
Yes,
beautiful out of this clay.
out of this. Yes, yes, it's my my total responsibility. So that comes, when you question all of that, that the belief system is that we believe that the child is a projection of me. How well I parent my child is what will become of his future. We never think that no, the child is coming already with a destiny. The child is already very capable, has everything within the child. We just have to be the mentor and watch the child and facilitate along with the child. So I think that is a big concern that I'm seeing coming up these days,
True.
especially in the social media culture, because now everything is out there in the open. So I'm
Yeah.
putting out things which my child is doing, and then suddenly there's another parent who's getting very insecure. All of this wouldn't be there if we knew ourselves, if we spend time with ourselves, if we know who we are within us, if we can find our own answers, we wouldn't be begging our child to satisfy us to be happy.
Beautiful,
That's
Priya.
true.
I think Priya, you put it in the core level of the belief system,
Yeah.
where I was trying to present in the behavioral part. Uh, 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 that's a very beautiful way you have placed it.
Thanks.
I think I agree. I think the behavior is basically because of the belief. Everything is of outcome of the belief part. So
Yeah.
changing the belief system can change the behavior.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll also add, along with fear, maybe sometimes I also feel that guilt also plays a major role, because
Mm,
it just comes along, and I
mm.
cannot even. I mean, I see a lot of parents not even conscious about it. It's their guilt which is coming out in this way on their children. Yeah. Okay, there is a question here, and I think that can go for Priya. How do one start building relationship with child? That you already said that. How do I provide a relationship? And I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a tough question to answer. It's not how do you do and how do you do.
So
Uh,
it's
I think
not like how
yeah.
do you make a cake.
Um,
No,
So,
but yes,
Vishruti, so
one
we'll
one
just tell
thing.
them, Priya, we'll just
Yes.
tell them after your answer is over, we'll all tell them, see, this is just a trailer. The main picture will come when you take Jagriti. So we'll just put everybody to Ratnesh. No, all these difficult questions. We're like, no, 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 we don't know.
Ratnesh, questions for you.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are still we are still learning. We shouldn't-
Yeah, yeah. But Priya, I would love to hear your answer, because you've lived this
yeah,
for
yeah.
quite some time. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a long discussion. It is, it's a kind of a lot of brainstorming that can happen to how do you build a relationship with a child. But I can just tell what I have been trying to do is mainly trying to try to understand from where the child is coming, right? I mean, as Ratnesh had put it, try to first relate to the feelings of the child. Try to you might at times be wrong, because I had at that point of time also I asked him this question: what if I'm wrong? I say, okay, I see that you're upset, right? But then he said, it's okay. The child will say, no, I'm not upset, I'm angry. So so the first step for connecting to any person, I think, is the empathy part. I mean, I have been doing a little bit work on social emotional learning now, and I see a lot of things that Ratnesh had told. coming out in that form of a learning now, which is being talked about for schools and a lot of people now in the education sector, right? So I think one crucial, what you need is empathy, which comes with a lot of practice. Believe me, it is very difficult to just try to understand the other person, right? And sometimes it becomes easy to relate to an adult or your friend, but you have to go back to your childhood, you have to go back to your memories kind of, and then try to understand from where the child is coming from, right? And I think, as Priya rightly put, that going through Jagriti will help you to just establish that connect to a child. Ratnesh had put on that, like, the child is always down, most of the times. Initially when you start, it is always, the slope is like this, right? And how do I slowly kind of bring it here and take suggestions from the child, make the child your consultant, as he had told. I remember I go and ask a lot of my problems. Like, I have a lot of anxiety problem kind of. I always worry more about the future, right? So I take a lot of suggestions from my daughter. What can I do? I mean, see, I'm feeling a lot more anxious about COVID-19 kind of. So the one thing, I think two things which I try to do every time is, like, get inputs from the children for your problems. Just as you ask your partner, just as you ask your friend, and try to relate from where the child is trying to come from. I mean, but believe me, that is not easy. It takes a lot of practice, and I'm still doing it. There are so many times when my anxiety overpowers, I take over kind of. But I'm practicing, and then so it will happen very slowly. And as Ramki put, the metaphor of gardening is really wonderful. If anybody who's a gardener here who's trying to grow a small plant from a seed will understand how it is, how your intentions of moving the plant in this direction. I myself do a little bit of gardening. The plant is trying to go that side, but I'm like, no, this side it will look more nice, kind of, in my, on the wall. You feel that, and then you realize, oh my god, there is more light there, maybe there is more carbon dioxide over there. I don't know what is more there. The plant is going that side, and for me, in my balcony, this is looking nice, so let me push it this side. That kind of reflections start coming in, and then you realize, no, I have to allow the plant to go that side, because that is the nature's course, right? So yeah, so two things I would like to tell is, like, try to treat the child on par with you, and a lot of empathy. Yeah.
Wow. I think
I would like to place an answer to the question, possibly. Uh, how to build up a relationship with a child. Step number one, join.
Step number
one, join course like Jagriti. Step number two, keep practicing what you have learned.
Keep practicing. Yes, become child sometimes.
Keep practicing. Okay, so the menu for building a relationship is not just one ingredient. There are many ingredients are there. It has to be worked. I think the questioner should understand there are many ingredients to build up a competency. So the Jagriti is one course which can give the all the components together, and it is how you put it together and cook it and make it to happen. That's your choice. But what Ratnesh and what Jagriti can give you is the menus, the ingredients to it. You can put this, you can put this, and find it out. And as Priya told, you need to find out what works for you. There is no ready-made solution for any relationship.
Right.
You need to figure it out. But what Jagriti can give you is what are the ingredients that you can put into it, and that you can make the relationship to come upon, and joyfully that can come up. That's one thing. So,
and I think one more thing is that deep down somewhere, see, you have to feel this. See, there is no right way of building a relationship, or there are no 10 things that you can do.
There is no right and wrong.
Yeah, that urge, that I have to build a relationship with my partner. You have that. It should come from there. Then it will automatically come. I feel that, and that Jagriti will somehow put that seed in you that I'm not building the relationship, and I want to do it. So once you get that desire, then you will automatically find out the things. I feel you will go wrong 10 times. You'll go wrong. You'll spoil the relationship. It will happen, but it blossoms.
Yeah, yeah.
So
There
I
is
think
nothing called nothing called right or wrong.
yes, yeah,
somebody has already mentioned that the child does the right thing or something. I think that that's a very beautiful point that you guys are already sharing, that it's not about being right and wrong. It's not about choosing a right path also. It's not about
yes,
figuring out what is the right way to connect with your child.
Connect,
It's not about
connection.
yeah,
It's just a
connection. Yeah,
connection. That's what is a
yeah, yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
That's
you
what
just
is
have to
Yeah.
feel deep down that I have to connect, and believe me, you will connect. That feeling has to come,
Yeah.
and I
And
feel that, and somehow
I
Jagrati will put that feeling in you, while a lot of other things.
Vishruti,
I,
I would like to add a point, just not about this question, but thinking more about Jagrati, I'm thinking it's more like, um, it Jagrati helps in unlearning and removing a lot of
conditioning, yeah.
a lot of dirt and all of that things we've accumulated over the years, all the conditioning that we've had over the years, and it's just uh, getting back to our real self. That's how I see Jagrati as. So when, as a parent, you are able to come from a space of love, because at the end of all the layers, what I see is just pure unconditional love that you feel within. So when you are able to do that many times during the day, I'm not saying 100% of the time, but if you're able to go to that place many times during the day, then I think we're sorted. In any relationship, be it parenting, be it marriage, be it friendship, anything, I think we're sorted. So Jagrati helps a lot in just peeling off those layers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so beautiful. Oh my God. I have so many takeaways even from this V talk.
Yeah,
I
and
was,
I think one more thing that helps is apologizing to your child. I mean, that also I have learned from, it's like you go wrong, right? You just say something which normally you don't say to somebody else, but you say to your child, right? But then you go and apologize, like, I'm sorry, I did this to you. And,
I
that
put
that's
that
so
as the
simple sometimes, I feel, yeah.
I put that
But
as the
most of
most
the,
liberating thought,
yes,
like, because as a
absolutely.
parent, lot of time we are so burdened with the guilt also. Oh my God, I think I could have reacted in a different way. Oh my God, I did already that. But then I think the moment it comes as that you can always go back and apologize, I think it's a
Yes,
very liberating. It like,
yeah, I agree.
I feel little limitless when it comes to this point. So,
Yeah, and as Haripriya put, there is a lot of baggage, there is a lot of conditioning which has come with
yeah,
us, and it is not possible for us to shed it in 1 or 2 years. Also, believe me, it is not possible. It goes very slowly,
yeah,
because it is a programming of the brain, right? And the only thing that you can do is you react or you respond, and then you go and say, okay, this is something I did wrong, and
yeah,
that
yeah.
that has helped me. I think I apologize a lot of times, so the child also knows. Okay, fine, So
Lovely.
there is a not tricks or something, but then this is I'm just sharing what I have been doing, kind of.
How beautiful. Wow. I
Yeah.
was also thinking when it came to almost the connection point that sometimes if you just, I think a lot of time I've heard Aditi and Ratnesh also saying the same, that you really want to connect with the child. I think what you can do is put your belief system, put your ideas, put your perception aside,
Yes.
and then just be there. So,
Correct.
are you there for the child, or are you there with the child? So the for and with was like, a big shift in my brain, that okay, am I with the child? Am I with him, or when I'm for him? So I think, yeah, that
I
kind
just
of,
remember one anecdote that he had shared with Shruti. I don't remember if it was in TTT or one of his blogs. He was like the child had come new to Arohi, and then his mother left I think, and the child was really upset, and it's almost crying, kind of a thing. He's just sitting on the steps and then crying. And then Ratnesh says that I went and I just sat with him. I was just there sitting with him. I didn't say anything. I didn't talk to him. Nothing. We didn't share anything. It's like after 10 or 15 minutes, the child says, Uncle, BMW cars are better than Mercedes cars. And I don't remember where, but this has stayed with me. It's like just
yeah,
sitting with the child, but you're not talking to it, you're not giving any gyan, you're not giving any lecture, you're not
yeah,
telling anything to the child. It's okay, we are there, your mother has left, but there is a family over here. Nothing of that sort, because those things don't work.
yeah.
But showing that empathy by just sitting beside somebody, it comes with a lot of practice. I don't know how do you reach there, but then And then the child has come out of his own grief in a very beautiful way, and then he has gone to some other thought, right? The thoughts have changed.
Yeah.
These things just kind of stay with me. And how do I kind of keep doing that, try to practice it? It may not be with child, it can be with anybody, right? Any adult for that matter. Child is just one thing, but you see such things happening around, right? And we just go and give solutions, we say so many things which doesn't help at all. It's like, so there are a lot of subtle minute things which you have to practice and learn, maybe.
Shruti, I'm sorry to interrupt. I might have to go, so I'll just quickly, tell
Yeah, I
my.
was about to ask the closing thought. Anybody has any closing thought, please?
Yes.
Me, I'll go first. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I
No
just want
problem.
to.
Love to hear you. Yeah.
I just want to, I have a lot of gratitude for Ratnesh and Arohi and for Aditi, just the whole team of what they're trying to do to, at Arohi by open learning, by opening up so many windows for the parents and through parents for the children also. So I think Ratnesh will always be a part of my life. Somewhere he's just become a part of my life. I don't have to talk to him at all, but he's a constant presence in my head. So I have a lot of respect and adoration for Ratnesh for the person he is. So I have a lot of gratitude that he questioned so many things in his life and now he's able to shed light. And I absolutely love his quackery. Somebody spoke to us, like, what is quack? That's the word they would use. I'm sorry, Ratnesh, for being very disrespectful, but I know you don't. you wouldn't take offense.
Ratnesh will be more than happy to hear something like
called
this.
a quack. Yeah. So thank you for being a quack.
I'm sure he'll use it, but in the next Jagruti, this is what people call me.
No, he makes quackery look so cool. I want to be a quack like him, and as I grow up, I want to be like Ratnesh. Yeah, so thank you, Ratnesh. Thank you so much. And as far as possible, as much as I know, I'll keep sending people to Jagruti, and they'll be like, "Yeah, please go." Thank you, Vishruti. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Haripriya. It was wonderful having you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Bye, Priya. Bye, Ramki.
Bye.
So, any closing thought, Priya, Ramki, from your side also?
Yeah, I think I've already told. Ramki can share.
Oh, okay. I think it was a pleasant surprise yesterday from Vishnuji calling me back to connect with Arogi in some way or other. Of course, the connection was there, is there, will be there. I think I put in all the tense of past, present, and future. And it is so. As I told in the beginning, though I'm doing nothing now, but it is being done in many ways. Whatever I have seeded, it has started growing, and it is working, and I could see from distance that it is growing, and it is for the for me at this age to look what is happening, then desiring something to happen. I think I'll be more blessed to feel happy about what is happening around me. I don't need to intend to do anything. I think so long I'm able to experience that miracle that's happening in front of me, that's a joyful journey for the rest of my life. And for all this kind of a mindset, I think Jacobi or TT has really helped me to put me. So, though I may be talking little philosophy, the philosophy was put in the learning process when I was in part of TTT. I was asked to write about me, and I wrote so many things that I am so and so, so and so, so and so. Then only I discovered that these are all only my belief, my positions, etc. What I am was not what I write. What I am is much more than what I think, what I do, what I speak. But me is something more than what I am. And I think that was a great learning, which I think I'm able to take it now. So I'm more of experiencing, learning what is happening.
Wow, that's amazing. That is so wonderful to hear three of you. And I think the most beautiful part was that there were mix of generations. So you're sharing I think the kind of experiences you're talking about were also from different flavors. So it was so wonderful to hear all of you. It was pleasure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I just would like to add that Jagruti is not, I mean, a lot of people see it with reference to the child maybe, but then I feel it is for anybody and everybody. It is not for, it's mainly working on yourself. The child is there, but for me, the child became a reason to go through all this, and which was the most wonderful, beautiful part of it. That because of my child, I went through something like this, which helped me to reflect on myself, right? So it is more about me only, and a child is just one part, but it can help you in a lot of other ways also. More of even building a relationship with yourself, I feel.
But-
First, I mean, so first it is me, right? How do I come in terms with me? And then the world is there, and child is one part of it, kind of.
वो हो जाएगा.
So,
Yeah, once you
it's
figure
like
this
one
out.
unit of the entire world, right? So it is more about, I think somebody asked the question, it is again how you build a relationship with yourself and then take it further.
Yeah. Take it further.
So that
Wow.
is,
Wow, okay.
so Jagruti helps you in building relationship with yourself, I think. That you,
So true, so
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Priya.
you.
Thank you so much, Ramki. We would love
Thank
to
you,
see you again.
Vishruti.
And
Yes.
we'll keep having this kind of conversations
Yeah.
again and again.
Yeah, we'll
Thanks
keep in
a
touch
lot.
with you. Now that you're there, we'll keep in touch. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, all.
Bye. Bye.